Hey friends, it's Carrington here at Firm Foundation Family Services. I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk about the subject of AI. I know this is an enormous subject, so the small area I'm really thinking about a lot these days and wanted to kind of share with you as I sort it out in my own mind is what is it that makes human interaction distinct and important? In other words, why does it matter that we have relationships with real people as opposed to AI bots? Why is it important that I would cultivate, say, a marriage relationship with my husband rather than seeking out a bot for advice or companionship or company? Um, Certainly, this is important in the realm of parenting. What is it that we want to teach our kids about the value of real human interaction? And I think these questions can be really difficult to answer if we don't ground ourselves in the truth of what is it that makes human beings different from all the rest of creation. And I want to go back to Genesis 1, verses 26 and 27, where it says, "Then God said, 'Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground.' So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them." We as human beings, as men and women, boys and girls, we're not the same as a machine. We're not the same as the animals. We're not the same, even as the angels. We're not the same as any other creature in all creation because, it says it right there in verse 27, we are made in the image of God. We bear his image. We represent him in a way that no other created being does. And because of that, we're irreplaceable. We're irreplaceable with any other thing that doesn't bear God's image, which means we can't be replaced by a computer system. We can't be replaced by an app. We can't be replaced by a stuffed animal with a bot embedded. We are irreplaceable because we bear the image of God. I encourage you to think about this as we are bombarded, certainly in this Christmas season with all the marketing going on as we do shopping for friends and family. And I posted a blog recently about AI toys and how bots are being embedded into children's toys to sort of mimic human interaction, and the danger that poses to children, but not just to children. I think especially to children, but as adults, we too are susceptible to believing the lie that a machine can be just as good, or that an interaction with a bot can feed us in a way that really only interaction with another human being can do. I would encourage you to consider, have you been to a restaurant recently where, certainly for a long time, even at sit-down restaurants, there are a lot of places that make you pay on a kiosk at the table rather than handing your credit card to your waiter. And what does that do to the interaction at the end of the evening when you're fed a machine rather than a "Thank you so much for coming in. It was a pleasure serving you this evening. Have a nice night." When we go into a fast food place and we have to type in our order on a kiosk while a real person stands on the other end of the counter, or the other side of the counter, 2 or 3 feet away from us, but they don't look up, they don't acknowledge our existence, they don't greet us or say hello, they don't say, "How can I help you?" There's nothing there. It can be really uncomfortable. It's like, well, what are we doing here? I didn't come in here to be treated like a thing, because I'm not a thing. I'm a human being. I bear the image of God. I have a need for connection, interaction, participation, and we're called to those things. So I just encourage you to think about that this season as we're shopping for our loved ones, as we're planning get-togethers with friends and family, maybe as we're coming to terms with not having very many get-togethers to attend this year. Why does that matter? Well, part of that matters because we're made in God's image, and that means we're made for relationship. We're made for real connection. We're made for engagement and back and forth, um, give and take, and that's something worth preserving. So I hope that gives you a little food for thought for this season, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.